Now let's go over the blonding with Kenra Color. So there's numerous ways of blonding with Kenra Color. So turn to page 17 in your manuals, and we're going to go over the High Lift series. Now the High Lift series in our swatch book is going to look like this. So there's two columns that you'll see on here. So the column on the left is showing you the neutralizing pigment in each one of the tubes, while the column on the right shows you that color end result on a level 6. So our gold natural, our natural, and our pearl ash can be used on a level 6 and above, while our ash can be used on a level 5 and above. So these are going to be mixed at a 1:2 ratio, and they're going to process for 45 minutes. Now these do need to process for a full 45 minutes. That way it has enough time to also deposit the neutralizing pigments that's in the tubes. And you're going to be able to get 4 to 5 levels of lift, but you're only going to be able to use a 30 volume or a 40 volume. So your 30 volume is going to give you more control, while the 40 volume is going to give you more lift. So what I like to use these on is my clients that when we do highlights, they always see that extra brassiness or warmth that's in their hair. And since this is going to lift and tone at the same time, it's great to use. But do keep in mind this is going to be used on natural. This is not going to lift artificial pigment. So this is the great one to use on your highlights to get that cooler effect. So next we're going to use is the blonding cream. So the blonding cream has got the same base, the same specialized base formula as the High Lift series, but there's a couple differences. One, you're going to notice in our swatch book that it is clear. And the reason for that is there's no pigment to neutral, there's no underlining neutralizing pigment that's in this color. So you are going to get a warmer end result when you use the blonding cream. The second thing is that it actually breaks the rules of color. So it lifts natural pigment as well as artificial pigment. So this is a great tool to use. It's one of our most versatile tools that we have in the whole Kenra Color portfolio. And I absolutely love the blonding cream. I use it in both of these ways numerous times, but I do love it to use it for natural highlights. So you can take it with the natural highlights, and it's a standalone product. So you take it and mix it 1:2 in your ratio, and it can process for up to 45 minutes. And saying up to is because there's nothing to neutralize, so you just let it get to the level that you want it to, and then you can remove it. And it can also be used with the 10, 20, 30, and 40 volume. So this one is one I like to use if I'm doing like little, baby highlights and stuff like that. The more neutral, the more natural, like sun-kissed look. I love using this because it's easier to see, and it's pull it off, and you can, when it's done working, when you're at the level that you want, you can just remove it. So the next way to use it is to get a half a level to a level extra additional lift into your formula. So this is going to be mixed with 1 ounce of color, 1 ounce of developer, and 1/4 ounce of the blonding cream. So say you have somebody that wants something a little bit brighter than 8C. So you're going to take an ounce of 8C and 1 ounce of your developer, and then mix the 1/4 ounce of the blonding cream in here. So Kenra Colors, the pH scale and the pH level in Kenra Color is at 8.5 to 10.5. And the blonding cream is actually at a 10.5. So it's a bit more alkaline. And since it's higher in alkalinity, it's going to help swell the cuticle to allow more pigment to get put into the hair, to the cortex and into the hair shaft. So it's pretty cool. Next, we have our Kenra Color Lightener, and you're going to find this on page 20. So in our manuals. So we have 2 different ones in our original Kenra portfolio. So first we have our Blue Violet, which is a blue violet base lightener. Very creamy. It helps add, helps retain some of the moisture in the hair while you're lifting it, but it's also going to help neutralize a little bit with that the blue violet color. And then next we have our No Ammonia Lightener. The No Ammonia Lightener is also fragrance free. It's very creamy as well. Both of the lighteners are drip free, and both of them are dust free, which is a great thing because you don't want to, put the scoop out your lightener and put it into a ball and have that cloud of dust where you're breathing it in. So since they are dust free, you don't have to worry about any of that. They can both be mixed in 3 different ways. So you can mix as a 1:1 ratio, a 1:2 ratio, and a 1:3 ratio. And that's just going to depend on the application that you're using it for. So 1:1 is going to be a little bit thicker, 1:3 is going to be a little bit thinner. They will process for up to 60 minutes, and you will be able to get up to 7 levels of lift. Now this is formulated to use on 10, 20, or 30 volume. So 10 volume and 20 volume, you're going to be able to use on or off the scalp. And 30 volume, you're only going to be able to use off the scalp. Now it is not recommended at all to use this with a 40 volume, and we never recommend using this with heat. And actually, none of the Kenra Color portfolio you're going to use with heat, except for the Creative line, which we'll go over that in a little bit. So next we're going to talk about our boosters. So this is you're going to find on page 18 for the Kenra Color boosters. So we have my pages are stuck together. So we have 5 of our boosters. So we have blue, which can be used on level 5 and below. Our violet, which can be used on level 6 and below. The gold, which can be used on any level to help add color reflection into your formulation, which is my favorite. And then we also have the copper, which can also be used at any level. And then we have our red, which can be used on level 7 and below. Now there is 2 ways of using this formula. The Kenra Color boosters. First, it can be used to increase vibrancy. So how you're going to use this is you're going to take 1 ounce of your permanent color, 1 ounce of your developer, and up to 1/4 of an ounce of your booster. And why I say up to is because a little bit goes a long way with these boosters because they're very pigmented. Next, you can use it for special effects. So on pre-lightened hair, you can take and mix this in a 1-to-1 ratio with your developer. So 1 ounce of the booster and 1 ounce of 10 volume, and put it on the pre-lightened hair for a special effects colors. All right, and next, the Kenra Color Creatives, and you're going to find this on page 24 in your manual. So Kenra Color, we have 9 of our colors here, which is our original colors for the creatives. So we have our blue, red, pink, teal, magenta, yellow, orange, violet, and not listed on here is going to be the white. Now the white is going to be able to be used to mix with any of these because they are intermixable, and it's going to give you the ability to make them more pastel. So these are going to be used with no developer, so it's going to be directly applied onto pre-lightened hair. It's going to process for 20 minutes, and it can be used with or without heat. Now this is the only product in the whole line that can be used with heat, and they're all intermixable. Like I said, with the white, you can make any of these lighter, and you can also mix these together, and you'll see in your swatch book there's a little chart that kind of helps you have some formulations to kind of get you understanding on how you can mix them. And also our newest is our neon line. So in our neon line we have some great colors. I love the neon line. I get so excited about the neon line. We do have yellow, orange, green, blue, violet, and fuchsia, as well as here on the bottom, which is kind of hard to see because of my shirt, we have the charcoal. Now, all of these are amazing, and they're also blacklight activated, which is super awesome because everybody wants hair. Who doesn't like hair that's blacklight activated? It is great. Now, these are all formulated to use up to 20 shampoos, and they have great reflection, great longevity. I really love these. And so whenever you use these, please, please, please tag us on social media with hashtag #LetYourCreativity_Glow, because we do love these colors. And the good thing about these, there's so many different ways to use these. You can mix white with them, and you can use them as all over glaze, or you can use them as special colors, special effects. I mean, please, however you do use it, please tag us, hashtag #LetYourCreativity_Glow, so we can share with everybody on the different ways of using this.